What's up, guys? It's Ashley here. I am driving to go get my Tractor Supply order so that I can go feed all my animals. I just swung by my office and dropped some stuff off because I go in for surgery tomorrow and I'm going to be out for 2 to 6 weeks. So, lots to do today. But we had stopped for lunch at Zaxby's and there was a sign up that said that their new hours of operation were 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And so I was like, surely they're not being affected by having a hard time hiring too. Sure enough, the manager was there working the drive-through window and the cash register. There was one other person in the building. And, you know, literally she was about in tears. And I felt really bad for the woman. You know, and they had like a huge line around the building. But, you know, I think we're starting to see more of an impact on everything that's happened the last year. You know, the impact of the extra $600 a week in unemployment, the impact of all the stimulus money, like it's piled up. And, you know, basically since I've gone back to work in May, you know, I've been talking about repeatedly how hard it is to find people that want to work, you know, and people quit over the darndest things that are completely out of our control as business owners right now, you know. But I think it says a lot when it's not just the small person struggling, but also now you're looking at the franchises and the national brands that are having people or having to cut their own hours too because, you know, power, electricity, you know, not having people to work, you know. So I think all the stuff that has gone down the last year is probably fixing to come to a head, guys, you know, because we have to work. Like, we have what they call fiat money, right? So our money's not backed by gold. It's not backed by silver. It is backed by the hard work of American people. You know, so when people in the United States decide they don't want to work, then our money's not worth anything. You know, and we've been seeing inflation in our economy because we've pumped all this money into the economy, but we've not done the work for the money. You know, so there's people like me who has worked themselves in the ground, you know, trying to keep their businesses afloat, you know, and done everything possible to keep things afloat to the point that I've made myself sick, like very, very sick. Like, hey, I'm having surgery tomorrow. I'm going to be out another 2 to 6 weeks, you know, and I tried to put the surgery off for a year. But at the end of the day, like, we've got to come up with some creative solutions as business owners, especially small business owners. I have a lot of small business owners in this group, you know, to get people back to work. You know, we've got to come up with good incentives. You know, how are we going to find those quality people? You know, so, I mean, if you start thinking about the ideal employee, you know, what is it that you want out of that employee? Like, what is their schedule? What is their pay? What is their, you know, all those things. And try to think of when you're writing your job description and you're trying to appeal to those employees, like, try to think about doing it in a way that's going to appeal to that employee that you want long term. Because what I'm seeing now is everybody that I've hired basically in the last year has come from somewhere else where they're not happy. You know, so keeping employees happy is a big thing. You know, we're hiring, and just to give you a fun little anecdote story. Basically, I hired somebody and they wrote down the direct deposit wrong. So not my fault. I can't help it if you write your direct deposit stuff down wrong. Well, because it was a holiday weekend, I couldn't do anything with the bank till Monday, of course, which I wouldn't have been able to do anything till Monday anyway. So one of my staff quit on Friday night because I could not just write her a check for what wasn't in her account for her direct deposit, even though she had been paid. You know, I had to wait till Monday for the bank to say, hey, you know, this money didn't go into your account or this money did go into your account. So that was a doozy. But in the middle of that, we had another employee who was, you know, kind of vindictive and, you know, very kind of difficult to work with. And they ended up quitting because they decided I was on vacation over the weekend. Guys, I haven't been on vacation really since last July. Seriously. I always work 60 hours plus a week. You know, I stay up all night most of the time working on stuff between this group and between my massage practice. And, you know, like, I don't take a vacation. I work 6-7 days a week, 12 plus hour days, and I try not to complain about it too much. The only thing is when my body is manifesting strep because I can't break out of it, then I've got a problem and I've got to take time off, because strep comes with high fever and all that garbage. So anyway, I've not defended myself in any way, shape, or form, and I don't plan to, because at the end of the day, I saw this person being kind of vindictive and stirring up stuff, and it's been on repeat for a long time now. And as an employer, like, I don't get to defend myself to my employees, and I don't have to, because at the end of the day, I try to lead by example, and I try to have some compassion and some integrity. And if that person that Friday night would have came to me and said, hey, like, I need help with this, or I need help with that, like, I would have found a way to help them. However, there was no conversation about that. So the whole thing has been very, very, very hurtful. But at the same time, like, I'm so used to this stuff as an employer that I'm not bothered by it. But however, it has made room for somebody that is a good fit, right? And going back to our ideal employee, like, I don't want somebody that comes in and causes animosity and causes drama and does not work as a team player. Like, everybody on my team is a team. Like, we work as a team. That is one of the great things about my place, is that all of my staff work together. We are all pretty close knit. Like, if one of us goes through it, we kind of all go through it. So we're like a family. And for the most part, most of us, are Christian. We go to church. We have some hard conversations sometimes. Like, we have some deeper conversations sometimes. But at the end of the day, like, I've bent over backwards for these people. And I'll keep doing it. Because they're basically my family at the end of the day. But I don't want somebody in there that's not gonna be a team player and cause problems in the family, for a better lack of words. At the end of the day, I just want people that come to work that are happy, that understand that what I'm offering them is an opportunity. It's an opportunity that comes with a paycheck, right? But at the end of the day, like, I think we have to get a little creative as employers on how we're going to solve this and how we're going to bring people in. And so that's what I want to challenge you with today. I want to challenge you to find a creative way, if you're struggling to bring in employees, to appeal to people. I have to say, Dahlia Massage, and I think they're in Cary or Raleigh or Durham, like, they have always intrigued me because they are super creative, and I love the way they treat their staff. One of the big things for me this past year, or past couple years, has been building a better company culture. And I feel like we've definitely done that. Not quite as well as Dahlia Massage has, but like, I think of businesses that have great culture and happy employees, and I think about, like, Elevation, and everybody's like, oh, well, Elevation's a cult. Well, Elevation's also a business. There's lots of places that I can think of that, the culture. Chick-fil-A. How do we become the Chick-fil-A of massage? How do we become the Elevation of massage? How do we hold those standards and, raise our practices so that people want to come work for us? I want to see what you guys have to say. But anyway, I'm going to pick up my chicken food. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to talk to you about this.